everyone. Welcome back to Future Interaction Technology Forum. This afternoon, we're going to talk about the value and perspective of metaverse in the future. How many business opportunities will metaverse create in the future, and how does it change people's lifestyle? Whether you want to learn about the metaverse NFT, the investment security of the metaverse opportunities in the field of art and fashion, we got you all covered. Today's speakers will not only help you understand these two topics, but also share the new opportunities. First of all, special thanks to the Observer, the National Development Council, powered by Startup Island, Taiwan. The organizations that share the co-organization TAVA Taiwan, Associate for Virtual and Augmented Reality. And the implementer is XR Express Taiwan. Okay, I'm your host today, Sharon. I'm pretty nervous. Now, first thing first, let me introduce our speakers. The very first one speaker, he invested in VR content production, VR curation, and VR development tools. He also founded with VR industry players, the Taiwan Virtual Reality and Augmented Reality Industry Association. At present, actually, he's building an app where users can chat with each other and show their NFTs in virtual reality metaverse. Please welcome James Lee, founder and CEO of J-Reach.
Oh, I have to say something? Okay.
No, just say hi.
Oh, hi. Hi, everyone.
Okay, the second speaker is in 2015, Michael founded his own company, Bitwell. It helps local and foreign entrepreneurs as well as large firms to develop their business in Malaysia. One of the Bitwell's most famous partner is Alibaba. When Bitwell's Alibaba exclusive became the partner in Malaysia, helping them to organize a yearly event named Create Alibaba Cloud Startup Contest. Let's welcome Michael Chang. Michael, say hi to everyone.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you all.
Hi, nice to meet you finally. Okay, and the third speaker, he is the head of blockchain technology within AMD's Radeon Technology Group. In his role, he is responsible for defining and driving blockchains related associate for the enterprise business segment. Please welcome our speaker, Jard. Say hi to everyone, Jard.
Hello, ni hao. It's a pleasure to be here.
Did I pronounce the right of your name?
It's Jörg.
Jörg? Okay, sorry. Okay.
No problem.
Okay, your name is pretty hard. Okay, nice to meet you, Jörg. Okay, the last speaker is founder and former CEO and editor of VRFocus.com. He's also founded the Virtual Reality Diversity Initiative, a free program depending to upskill professionals in XR content. Today, he's responsible for bringing XR art to new audience across English-speaking countries. Let's welcome Kevin Joyce. Hello, Kevin.
Hi, how's everybody doing?
Hi. Oh, you guys are so tough to introduce because you're too brilliant and have to introduce one by one. Okay, let's get back to work. The first topic we are going to talk about the momentary fascination of metaverse NFT by James. Welcome, James.
Hi. So it's my turn now?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. So hello everyone. So this is James from Moment X. Oh, I have to watch this camera. Okay. From Moment X. And I'm glad to be here to introduce not only Moment X Metaverse, but also introduce how NFT can bring some impact to the metaverse industry. Okay, so let's introduce myself first. So I'm the founder and CEO of MomentX, and I'm also the co-initiator of TAVA, the leading XR association in Taiwan. And I founded the whole company, the Moment Group, in 2013. And we started this MomentX project last year. Okay, so about MomentX. So MomentX Metaverse is a Ready Player One-like gamified social platform. So actually you can have your own house and you can buy properties, lands in this metaverse, and you can have some, not only chat, but you can actually interact with others in person in metaverse, and you can actually see it. And the most special things is that everything you see in MomentX Metaverse is NFT. So let's just give a short demo video to demonstrate what MomentX Metaverse is. And the key feature of MomentX Metaverse is that we are not using any controller. So you can actually touch the NFT by your hand, and you can just grab your collection here and put it on the painting on the wall, or it can be like 3D models like this. And all the items in that blue box you see is NFT. The piano is NFT as well. So you can use your NFT to decor your own house, your own room. And you can visit the room like created by your friends and owned by your friends, and you can create the room by yourself. Okay, so that's MomentX Metaverse. We are now under the Genesis phase. So we have a roadmap, for 4 phases in our website. So if you guys are interested in MomentX Metaverse, can just Google MomentX Metaverse, and you can find the detail on the website. Okay, so get back to the main topics. So what NFTs can do in the metaverse? Okay, so I will show some typical or show some common usage of NFTs in metaverse. So first, it's like NFT can be art, like CryptoPunks, art blocks, Beepos. They all have a huge sales in public NFT markets. Like CryptoPunks, the average price per NFT right now is about like 166 ethers. And art blocks is a generative arts marketplace for generative arts. So one of the best high sell artwork is this one. Tyler Hobbs is sold by 1,000 NFT, 1,000 ethers, and the Beeple, they sell their artworks for $69 million. Okay, so NFT can be a artwork, and also NFT we can put NFTs in art gallery in metaverse. So that's a simple showcase of like you can put your artwork in MomentX Metaverse. Like this, all this can be NFTs, and you can put it on the wall, and you can put it like in an art gallery, so everyone can visit your gallery to see your collections. And the gallery can be like museum. Okay, so this is several like concept art of the gallery in MomentX. And also NFT can be like a form of music. Like a famous singer in Malaysia, Namwi, he just released a single album called Go NFTs. And it's only available on OpenSea as a format of NFTs. So you cannot hear these songs on like Spotify, not on Apple Music, but only on NFT on OpenSea if you own the NFT. And also, the moderator for the afternoon session today, Dr. Ge, he just released a single album as a form of music, as a form of NFT, like called Dogi to the Moon. To welcome to the moderators, in a couple hours later, we will play a single 10 seconds of his songs. Check this out. You see, so NFTs can be an asset and can be transformed in different type of format. It's not just like a JPG file. It could be like MP4, like a music file. They can be 3D models. Because NFT is not like a file format. It's more like an proof of your asset on the blockchain. Okay, so smart as you guys, you may imagine that if you have the art NFT as a music, you can have a concert in metaverse. So you can have something like cyber parties, electric music parties in metaverse. You have a concert in metaverse. Okay, and NFT can also be a membership card, like a VIP pass to a metaverse world. So like Sandbox, one of the biggest and famous leading metaverse company right now. A couple days ago, they just released their Sandbox Metaverse alpha version. And if you want to join the alpha version of Sandbox Metaverse, you can buy their VIP pass, and or they may airdrop their VIP pass to you. So once you hold the VIP pass, then you have the right to get into their metaverse. So something like us, we do have a metaverse, like Genesis tablet is sell on OpenSea, and once you have this Genesis tablet, it works like a VIP pass, so you can get into Moment X metaverse as early access. And NFT can also be like a game items, like a sword, like maybe like a potion, some healing potions, like your armor, your cars. In metaverse, they can all be like an asset of NFT. Also, I want to bring classic movie clips, Ready Player Ones. It demonstrates how NFT works as a game item in metaverse. See, you can open a sort of like computer window, so you can grab the items, and you can teleport to a metaverse. So that's you see right now. It can be like a battlefield metaverse. So when you kill your enemies, you earn the crypto coins maybe, and you can actually grab some items like left on the ground. We'll see it later. So the items like guns, sword can be as an NFT. Okay, and also GameFi, we call like game plus finance, could be the next big thing in game industry. So like Axie Infinity, one of the highest revenue games in the world. The total trading volume would be 1.4 billion. So it's one of the most profitable games in the world right now. It's a crypto games powered by NFTs and blockchain technology. And the NFT can also be a form of ownership. Like you can buy a land in metaverse, and the rights to prove you have the land could be present as an NFT. Like this, it's like I remember this is Crypto Voxel. Yeah, Crypto Voxel. So when you can buy a piece of land and you can build a building upon that your land, and then you can decor your the room you have. But you can see it's like back to 20 or 30 years ago. It's like a Nintendo first version of Nintendo. So everything you see here in Metaverse is still in a very early stage. And the NFT can also be a representation of some rights granted to you. Like in Uniswap, one of the famous DeFi protocols, they use NFT to their V3 versions to represent the LP positions for liquidity providers. So don't sell this if you do provide you do LP in Uniswap, because once you sell your NFT like this, you also lose your position. Okay, because someone did it before, and they lose a lot. He lost a lot of money. And NFTs can also be collectibles, like one of the famous like NBA Top Shot. And this project, they capture some video clips and transform it into an NFT. So it's just like a player card, like 20, 30 years ago, like a play card. But now in Metaverse world, it could be something like this. And we can also have a redeemable NFTs. It's like once you buy a NFT on chain, or no matter it's on Ether or on like Tezos or Flows, some NFT projects, they will give you also let you to redeem an actual product in the real world. Like this one, when you buy these NFTs, they will also give you a figure in real world, so you can have both in Metaverse and also in the reality. Okay, so and also I would like to show you some shopping experience in Metaverse, because all you can shop in Metaverse could all be NFTs.
This is wild.
Oh, so it's like video clips from Facebook. Oh, now we call it Meta.
Check this out. Charity auction happening. Oh, there's swag.
And when you go to the after party, you could connect with other fans.
So NFT can be your wearable items, your clothes, your hats, your shoes can all be represented as NFT. So let's make a short summary. Why NFT is so special? So what if Metaverse without NFTs? So basically, through all the possibilities I mentioned before, so NFT, it takes a role like an asset in the Metaverse. So because it's an asset, you can actually trade with each others, and you can trade your NFTs decentralized without like a centralized organization or a centralized marketplace. So for example, if without NFTs, like we play a game if you have a game items here, and then if the game company is just bankrupt, your items are gone. And if you want to trade your items to your friends, you have to trade the item through the game companies. So if the game companies have the right to stop the trade, to revert the trade, to take your items, take back your items. But if it's a form of NFTs and it's represent an asset on chain, no one can stop you to trade it to others. So NFT so why NFT and blockchain technology is a game changer to Metaverse? Because it allows us to freely transfer our asset to someone we like, and we can do the trade without any permissions. So it also provides high liquidities and transaction freely, and also NFT does Okay, and NFTs, it also allows all format. So all the format you can imagine could be NFTs. Like we mentioned, like images, videos, 3D models, musics, and NFT can also become a value connection, to link metaverse world to the real world together. Okay, so that's my speech. That's my talks. So I'm glad here to give you guys some thoughts. Okay, give some like small small observations from us. So thank you very much. And if you guys are interested in MomentX, here is a QR code here, and you can scan it and contact me. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Okay, thanks, James. It's I never thought about the NFT could be that much function. I guess everyone just like me can't wait to have my own NFT. Now that we know more about NFT, you might wonder that what's the investment opportunity of the metaverse. So the next topic is orientation of the metaverse investment in Malaysia by Michael Chang, founder and managing director by Big Whale C-Band. Welcome, Michael.
Hello. Hello, Taiwan and friends. Happy to see you all today. I'm Michael Chang from Big Wheel Bank, Malaysia. So I'm glad to on stage with our partner Starbots, and glad to the organizer and co-organizer to invite us to on stage to share about future technology and potential opportunity in Malaysia and Southeast Asia. So let me just a sharing about Big Wheel. So why we call it Big Wheel? Because we believe all of us, it may become one of the big wheeler in the world or in your own area. So that's why we call a Big Wheel. And a seed bank, actually, we collect all the seed and grow them from the raw and one day become a big tree. So means that there's a unicorn coming out from the seed bank itself. So actually, our platform is to build is to give a lending, what we call a lending platform for those businesses from overseas and start the business in Malaysia. So let's move on. So we established since 2015, and we create the ecosystem for the startup itself, and to strive their success and sustainability through our guidance, funding, and communities connection. Yeah. So this is a brief introduction about myself. So all the time, actually, we provide a platform for SME, and we try to build a community among the SME and also the end user as well. And we do create a lot of what we call the events and businesses events in the community. So I myself, Michael Chang, I'm the founder of managing director of the Big Wheel, and also a few caps of few company, chief growth officer of the Verofax Asia, which is involved in this blockchain and AI and the supply chain, and also corporate advisory for this ProSales, which is involved in construction and building management. And I'm also the corporate advisory for this e-community. We are building the community apps for the building community. Later on, I will slowly go through about that. And I will also, as a co-organizer and organizer for this Alibaba Cloud Innovation Create event for the past 2 years, 2019 and 2021, which is just past last 2 days. We have a grand final in Hangzhou. So if you guys free, can go to our Facebook page to have a look about the contest. So let's move on about our corporate video.
Today, work
Let me
finds
show you what
wherever
we
you
provide
are.
to our services.
Thankfully, running or starting a business from absolutely anywhere has never been. here and here. Located at Kota Iskandar, the central business district and administrative capital of Johor. Malaysia. It is also a smart city with intelligent services, green technologies, and a business-friendly infrastructure. Just 10 minutes drive from Singapore via the Tuas second link. With the right location, support, and network, you'll be able to focus on what really matters. So join our community today. At Big Wheel, we make it easier for you to keep the business rolling while we take care of the rest. Call us for a tour now and own your space.
Hello. Hello, you guys are still with me? So, can hear? So just share about our corporate services available in Malaysia. So the mission and vision, actually, we want to create a sustainable ecosystem to our businesses. So that's what we are trying to create such a value, what we call services to our client. Okay. So this is our milestone, started from 2015 until now. So I just go through. Our key market, actually, we are targeting the ASEAN region market as a landing place for those companies who want to start a business in Malaysia and the surrounding of ASEAN country. So actually, we are trying to create, provide this enterprise acceleration-based industry research institution and also talent exchange center. So as just now, MC did mention about this innovation center. And also we have a collaboration with the local university as well, and also some government agency to help you guys to establish, to start a business here. So our past activity, we have plenty of activity. I just slowly go through because today I'm going to tell you guys, share about this metaverse potentially happening in Malaysia. So for the past few years, actually, we run a lot of events, community events to Malaysia, not less than 250 events per annum. So, but now, since last year, COVID pandemic lockdown, all of our event actually, we stopped, and we're trying to figure out what kind of way to start our business again, and also to our community. So throughout this 2 to 4 years, include the pandemic period, actually we found that we have we have gone through with some multiple of company to grow to positive and to explore more potentially businesses in Malaysia. So what we found that there are 6 to 7 industry we're going to share later, which is construction and interior design, e-commerce and trade, blockchain, tourism, events, education, and social life. So the first one would be the pro sales, which is currently we are doing the VR, AR for the property development. So we starting from the development and to the sales, after sales. So they are using our platform to close, to do the some sales and purchase agreement throughout the online platform and also our apps. And together go to visit the showroom by VR. Let me show you the VR, how it looks like. So actually to create more experience to our client itself. Please wait a moment, there's a video playing. Can you guys see the video? Yeah, I'm trying right now.
Okay. Let's just give some time for the video, and Yeah, I think that the video goes a little bit wrong now. So please, everyone, just stay to the. Okay. Yeah. 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 I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Excuse me, because I think our technique has some trouble now. So I don't think the audience can see your video. Can you do all over again? I'm sorry, because that was all they all can see is my face. I'm sorry to tell you that. Yeah. So can we try again to replay your video again? Yeah, and let's try the technique to switch the, yeah. Because now, all the audience only can see me. I'm kind of like, I'm not the video. I don't know the video's content, so. Yeah. Just give us some time. I'm sorry to all the audience. We have some tech problems, but we are going to solve it right away. And I don't think we see the video right now. We're going to fix it. Our team is going to fix it right now. Yeah. So did you play did you switch and reopen the video all over again? Okay. Okay. Then everyone just wait and waiting for the nice video. The nice video worth everyone to wait. And I guess everyone wants to know more about the investment of the metaverse. So it's totally worth it to wait. So everyone just wait for a little bit and we're going to fix it. I know. Okay. Excuse me, I'm sorry, but you're going back to your slide, but we are going to switch because they only see me now. So I think we need a little bit of time to fix it. Just a little bit. Wait for me, and we are going to switch to your speech again. Now every audience only can see me. This is only me. There's nothing here. I'm kind of like, do I have to sing right now? I didn't see that coming. That our rundown doesn't let me to performers today, so I'm not see it coming, and they're going to fix it. How about let's chat a little bit? Hello? Yeah, we can't see anything right now. Basically, everything. We can see your face and we can see your PTT. Yeah. So they are going to solve it. And why don't you have a chat with me? We haven't chat yet. Because I can see you. You're in Malaysia right now. Okay, and as I know, you have some experience with Alibaba, which is very nice and brilliant. Can you share a little bit about how you deal with Alibaba?
Yeah. Okay, I think that there is a link there just now. It's quite difficult to share to you guys. Anyway, you can come to our website, which is prosales.com. Actually, we are doing this property as sales and purchase, and also the maintenance, and also some project management for the developer itself. So now everyone actually not able to move out. Not every country and not every person willing to go out to visit the site lively to feel the property. Actually, we are doing this 360 showroom, allow the user actually to view the furniture, to view the actual looks of the property itself. Afterwards, that they can do some sales and purchase on our platform actually. So actually, we are moving towards to those what we call so-called metaverse, actually to closing the deal for those developer itself, which is convenient to all of us. So this is one of the projects that we are bringing out. At the same time, we do have this e-community actually to help those tenants or what we call end user to do some what we call the maintenance, the sinking fund, the utility payment throughout our platform. At the same time, they can purchase all kind of goods from our merchant. So slowly, as what Mr. Lee shared just now, actually they can buy, purchase, and feel it through the meta concept and to feel it, and then they can purchase from our platform. So these are the things and potentially happening in Malaysia and Southeast Asia. So at the same time, so just now mentioned about the purchasing itself. So that the client and the merchant itself, they can through view the products through the Zoom or throughout the metaverse concept to purchase their items from the our platform. So during the lockdown, actually is a lot of people facing a lot of challenges about their businesses. So what we learned from the lockdown, actually, we have to change, especially those SME player. As what we mentioned earlier, they are not in the digital world. They are digital immigrants from, they are not born in the digital world. So I think I and myself, Kelvin and Jerv, all of us, I think is immigrants, digital immigrants, and majority of the SME actually, they are from that age. So how are we going to transform, especially SME? So slowly, actually, our platform actually do create a lot of what we call the seminar and businesses opportunity to collaborate with them. So that's why a Big Wheel seed bank platform to create it. So at the same time, actually, we do have I myself also a CGO of this VeroFax as well. Actually, this VeroFax actually is to create a platform blockchain, AI, and also to support the supply chain. As mentioned, sharing by Mr. Peng Ziwei early this morning, the purchase, the supply chain did need someone else to do the checking. And our platform actually allow us to do some, to chain up all the supply throughout the blockchain to create the custody of trust to the end user itself. So the end user can check the origin of the products from where, from purchase, manufacture from which country and which factory itself. So just now Mr. Lee mentioned about the NFT. So our VeroFax also get involved into the NFT and blockchain. So I think this video is not able to play as well because it's linked to the website. Maybe you can go to YouTube and look for our video about the VeroFax, VeroFax. You can direct search in the YouTube. So from there, you may know that how it works from the supply chain, okay, from head to tail. So these are the future potential, what we call the opportunity that we can, to explore. Yeah. So the next would be these are the things that just now mentioned about the VeroFax. So from all the item actually until to deliver to the client itself, we are using all this blockchain to secure the products of the origin itself. Yeah. So at the same time, I think a lot of people, they are stuck 1 to 2 years time, not able to travel. And myself also not able to travel since 2 years, in 2 years time. So this is one of the leisure time for me and my family. I'm trying to create something for those, which is to feel that to have a feeling that they are in the overseas, they are travel around the overseas. But this is one of the example that I will create for my kids. Maybe you can have a look. So at that time, actually, I'm looking at a place at UK, London. So the idea actually from a picture, from this picture. So I only can do it manually throughout the Google and also our own apps to create a video. So if there is what we call XR or AR, VR tourism, apps apply in our lifestyle, actually it's allow all the citizens and people to travel around the world using this metaverse model. So this is what we see actually. It can create a lot of excitement for the kids, especially. They can travel without go to actual place, but they can feel it and watch it. So I think there is a lot of potentially growth for this industry in the ASEAN region. Yeah, just a small sharing about this. And also, we are running such much of event for the past years. We found that we are in a difficult stage throughout the 2020 and 2021. We are not able to physically go to a event. So that would be a biggest challenge. Even the last few months, we were conducting a career contest, which under Alibaba Cloud. So we are thinking that to create a contest throughout the XR holographic contest model, but the cost is quite high. But we hope that throughout this lockdown and pandemic year, we can create more startup to get involved in this industry to make the cost is getting lower, and everyone can join into the hologram event contest, because this is quite a huge industry, and we also cannot travel to overseas to join the contest itself. So it's just like last 2 days ago, we have a grand final in Hangzhou. So we are going, we join the contest throughout the Zoom. It's throughout the Zoom and or Ding Talk. So if there is some hologram, what we call facility get ready in a very wide arrangement, so that we can join it in the hologram contest in coming future. So these are the industry that we can explore more in the ASEAN region, because in our ASEAN region, there are plenty of startup contests organized every month, even every week. So this one of the biggest opportunity here. And education, I believe most of family or parents, they are facing a critical and difficulty, for the schooling. So I'm not sure whether in London or Germany or in Taiwan how it was, but what we are facing right now in Malaysia, actually, some of the students, they are stay at home and locked down for the past few months and one whole year, and they are not able to go to school. And we are using Zoom or Google Meets to having their what we call tutorial during the by using the internet. And this actually is quite a very potential industry in Malaysia, even in Southeast Asia. We can do it online course, online classes, and let the student feel it and touch it, and by using the metaverse concept. Because currently it's purely based on Zoom or Google Meets. If there is some education industry player with this technology, metaverse technology, I think that would be a very good market in the ASEAN region. So I myself, actually, I'm trying to create a lot of activity with my kids. So we are trying to bring them to that direction, but the whole environment, we need to do it at the same time, especially the school and the government sector. So I'm not sure whether that in Taiwan or Germany and UK, if there is some business opportunity, then we can look into this. So this is one of the potential industry in ASEAN. And you always say that what we call COVID-19 or pandemic years is a darkness, but we need to think positively, because throughout the pandemic year, actually, there are a lot of opportunity has been created during the 2 years time, like those industries that we shared just now. From the last time, very old people, or what we call the old generation, may not start to use a handphone, may not start to use a smart mobile, and today's everyone is using it. So actually, it's a good transformation throughout this what we call the pandemic year. We can see everyone actually holding a smartphone and doing minimum, at least they are doing the check-in function by using the mobile phone, a smartphone in the in this era. So previously, we are hardly to ask everyone using the mobile, smart mobile, but now everyone is using it. So actually, we are looking at a very positive way that there are plenty of opportunity happening in Malaysia and even in ASEAN region. Okay, so and no matter how much technology has been created and invented, but we still need to back to the nature, because we believe that the nature actually is very powerful. So no matter how, we need to feel it physically. Even though today's now our topic is talking about metaverse, but we still need to touch it, feel it, and enjoy it with the nature, because the nature actually is to helping us to communicate and to feel it, and also to to have a what we call a good connectivity with the nature itself. Because I'm not really fully encouraged on everyone go for high tech, but please love the nature itself. Yeah. So this I will share my sharing. And the last video would be about our milestone that we have done the event before. I think the video is okay. Everyone can see it? Yeah, okay. So these are used to be our working space, and we create a lot of events to support our startup and also the businesses as well. It takes about a few minutes, so let's have a look about that. So just a last sentence I want to share with you guys as the challenges are not an issue actually. Every project has it, especially it's in the beginning. Nothing is easy and smooth sailing, but the obstacle you face throughout the journey will eventually bring you to success and growth. So I think everyone is, a difficulty during the pandemic year, but I believe it's very positive for us to think it positive and move on. Throughout the metaverse world right now, actually we can enjoy and feel it everything in a very short second. So hope you guys enjoy, and please like our Facebook page, and also get to know us more projects for the new future. Thank you very much. Sorry for just now for the technical issue. Thank you.
Thank you for your sharing. That was very amazing, and your experience. I guess all the audience they're very lucky to hear of that. Although the technique has some problems, but I think it's okay. And the next, when it comes to money, safety is the most important part of your investment. So next topic is security and the blockchain, the new catalysm for digital transformation by Jard. Jard, are you?
Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Excellent. And you can see my presentation. Excellent. I see it now. Thank you very much for getting the chance to give you an update what AMD is doing in that field around blockchain. Maybe a couple of words about myself. My name is Jörg Roskowitz. I'm in charge of the blockchain business unit inside AMD. And we are working on 3 different verticals. So the first vertical is about enterprise compute, and enterprise compute is definitely one part where NFTs, the metaverse, distributed storage, and also distributed rendering is placing in. The second vertical is about gaming, as James already presented. So thank you very much for highlighting Ready Player One, one of my favorite movies at all, and also my example to explain what the metaverse is, and everybody understands it afterwards. So thank you very much for that. And the third is about consortium activities. So because what Michael already described, it's a new technology. I call blockchain as an API, which develops further. And of course, we all need to sit together to define standards. And once I'm talking to our management, the people asking, okay, you are digging for blockchain technology, but blockchain technology is a database. It's a piece of software, but we are a hardware manufacturer. Why we should investigate into blockchain and the different applications? So, well, the answer is quite easy. Everything needs to be calculated. Everything needs to be secured and running on a data center. And this is exactly the point where we are coming into the play and working on different techniques specific around security, as well as also reducing latency, reducing the power consumptions for transactions, and working with different partners together to get the best possible experience. And you just saw it, and James also mentioned, so Facebook is going, or is naming themselves now Meta, and want to be a key driver in the metaverse. And this all requires security, because we all know how important security is, because nobody want to get hacked, nobody want to get be stolen in regards to your own identity. And this is the key foundation. We need to make sure to protect those data and to enable those features like NFTs as well as the metaverse. Before we are digging more into this, so I want to give you an overview about what we are doing. And it's very interesting, Michael, what you mentioned in regards to the digital transformation and the challenges specific with our kids. So we are also working at Bitkom in German. That's an IT association. And so I'm one of the chairman leads for the public tender guidelines. And we just released a guideline for schools and education. And this is also scratching the metaverse as well as NFTs as a possibility for educations, because I fully agree it will be a new picture where you can do the next steps in terms of education, sitting at home, getting the technology, learning all the lessons, and even doing trainings and courses quite easily without going into school. And I think in the next couple of years, this will be more and more important. So what does it mean to AMD? So we are taking care about the platform, the infrastructure, as well as the devices, because everything is fitting together. And this is also what we are describing, for example, in that educational guideline, how to set the infrastructure, the wireless infrastructure, the LAN infrastructure, the network behind, the cloud infrastructure. So all these things together up to the device, which is in front of the kids, for example, within the education. So here, very important are three pillars. We need to be very carefully. This is confidentiality, it's integrity, and it's the attestation. So which we need to prove with our hardware. Just to give you an example. So our first blockchain proof of concept we published was a government election system. I know government election system could be one of the most difficult one, but given to data protection, data transportation, and it's one of the easiest example, because you're just transferring little information, and that's normally from the person who is standing in front of the voting kiosk, and getting it transferred to the server to do the math and to the count of the election. This is very interesting. This was the first project we highlighted based on blockchain, the Ethereum protocol, working together with Consensus. Consensus is the largest enterprise application provider based on the Ethereum network. And in specific, in terms of hardware, we are taking care of the data in use. So that means we're talking about encrypting the memory, encrypting the cache, and the registers, because we all know about the side threats happened in the past based on CPU hardware. And this is a point we really need to make sure that this is protected well, even in data centers. So, but now coming to blockchain, Web 3.0, and the evolution of the internet. And I think that's an important part to mention, because for me, it's now the second kind of the paradigm change in the technology. I remember my time, and I was quite young in mid of the 90s, where the people looked over my shoulders. What are you doing with the internet with your acoustic coupler? So, and it was already quite clear there will be new business. And we have seen in the times the peer-to-peer file sharing the first time in the 90s. And then with the internet companies, Google, Facebook, and Amazon. And just a side anecdote to all the people who are claiming that blockchain is waste of energy, it's a bad technology. I remember the same statements about the internet in mid of the 90s. And I also remember this article in Forbes where the people stated, oh my God, if we process an Amazon order through the internet, this will cost us £2 of coal. If we multiply this with the amount of people on planet Earth, this will not work. So this will blow up our ecosystem. Just look 20 years later, now everybody is placing digital orders. It's a common technology. You can do it with your smartphone. no latency issues, no scalability issues, and no electricity issues. And similar to blockchain technology. And Michael stated it, and I can only repeat it. We are in the first stage. It's just the beginning, and the technology needs to be developed further. And having the different steps, starting with crypto in 2008, where the Bitcoin white paper appeared, it did several steps. And I would say that in 2018, 2019, with the decentralized finance applications, it gained much faster in the market to find its adoption. NFTs, non-fungible tokens, as well as the metaverse, are the key applications on the blockchain where the people will move into the business, similar to the internet end of the 90s. So what's the opportunity around blockchain as a security concept? I think it's quite easy, and the majority of people, they already know it. So it is a shared concept. It's a public concept. It's a ledger based of transactions, and anyone can inspect the transactions. And by the way, in terms of NFTs, that's the key value. And this is also something where AMD is looking into it. Just think about the marketing or in the gaming area. So if you start with a digital asset, taking the example about gaming, so talking about esports activities, and maybe the winning team at the end will give their avatars, clothes, armory, or even the weapons for the community, limited. So maybe 10 pieces with a signature, and you can see that the first owner was the winning team. This will be a collectible, and this will raise the price and the demand from the community. That's a big value add for those things, and you can really do money in playing games, as you already mentioned with Axie, which is currently the biggest game manufacturer. Behind the blockchain protocol, we all know it. It's cryptographic, it's a peer-to-peer network, and it's the game theory make it so secure. And I haven't seen any hack on the protocol itself as of now. And that's the reason why the people are choosing blockchain as the next API for various applications. You already highlighted it in the different areas we see this. And I think, yeah, James mentioned this already. The crypto punks, I think, are one of the famous NFTs you can see. And also the art and music and rights and royalties. And that's the reason why I call NFTs in particular as the next level of on digital rights management system, because you have the ability to really protect your own art, music, or whatever you want to do. So I think that in the near term, you will also see this from software manufacturer, that they will put their licensing system into an NFT, because it's easy to control. You can review the lifetime, you can review the owner, and you can even transfer it to others within the community if you want to do it. And binding this with the metaverse. So for example, there are different projects specific with consensus, as you also scratched already. And this is then the Ready Player One part. So there is a project where a company is digitalizing the Fifth Avenue in New York. And one of the major partners is Gucci, and they purchased their own shop in that street virtually. And this is exactly what you have described already, that the metaverse is a digital copy of the real world. And within that metaverse, people can go into this shop. They can talk to each other with their avatar. They can look around. They can purchase things and can get it transferred automatically to your home address. In addition, your avatar is then be able to wear it as well. So taking this example with Gucci, for example, so you're purchasing a bag and your avatar can wear this bag only if you purchased it. And there will be no patch, there will be no hack where you can transfer it to others so that everybody is having the same bag. That's not possible with NFTs. And this is the value add. And this is just the early beginning. Just think about as well in terms of giving bigger space, for example, talking about NBA or football. So the stadiums, they are limited to the physical places in their rows, right? So if you enlarge this virtually, then instead of 10,000 people or 20,000 people, you can give access to million people. And just imagine about the business. And also don't forget the advertisement and merchandising. James mentioned the football player cards. So this was yesterday. I also remember to collect the cards and even put them into my books. So this you can now do digital and transferred through your wallet. And closing the round again, the AMD vision here is to provide the best possible security, specific if it's coming to security of your wallet. Because yesterday with your wallet, you transferred tokens in crypto. Today, you can transfer even your NFTs. And there are also projects where you can enable NFTs for games already with one and the same wallet. And this is the important part. You have one wallet which needs to be secured, and this is covering all your different assets in that environment. And to give you an example about what is possible. So we have spoken about the gaming area. In the medical area, we are working on a project in regards to DNA storage. And just think about how important this is in terms of security. So if there is something wrong, then there is a big problem. NFT metaverse, we have discussed. Smart contracts, governance, land registration, election-based system. By the way, if you want to get more information, just let me know. This is already public shared through Bitkom in Germany. There is also an English version available. And licensing. I know the time is running fast, so I make it.
Okay.
Thank you, sorry.
No.
What AMD is doing in that part. So we have a security processor built into our technology, and this is called PSP, which is the secure root of trust. We call it PSP, Platform Security Processor. And the good thing is this piece of hardware is being implemented into any CPU, APU, and graphics card. And it's working together to encrypt, to fully encrypt the memory, the cache, and the registers within the CPU as well as in the graphics. Because we know that a lot of threats are coming through the data centers. And this is the point where we can lift up the security level specific for blockchain-based data centers to make it more secure. And this is just an overview about technically how the solution looks like. So it's a silicon level security. It's based on ARM Trust Zone. So it's also a kind of an open technology, which everybody can use, because our discussions with different hardware partners and with the software community and also with consensus is we need to find an open standard. We're talking about a distributed technology, and the distributed technology only makes sense if everybody can participate. And this is our specific mission, and working with different partners specific on cloud-based systems where you can host your NFT or your metaverse applications on the different providers. And this is our mission, to put all these things together with an open standard. Everybody can participate. If you want to get more information, please feel free to visit our landing pages. So we have different landing pages. We also have a landing page for blockchain, which will be filled up with new customer solutions, with new opportunities. And yeah, if you have any question, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any question. And yeah, back to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And thank you for your sharing. And I believe that many people like me know more about security of blockchain. And like you mentioned before, there's some big companies such as Louis Vuitton or Gucci. They're going to sell their product in virtual. And so what's the opportunity of the next topic? We're going to talk about fashion and art opportunity of metaverse by Kevin Joyce. Let's welcome Kevin. Kevin, are you there?
Hi there, how are we doing?
Hi.
So, hello everybody, and welcome to my talk on the future of fashion and art opportunities in the metaverse. As it says, I'm Kevin Joyce, and I'm a global partner for Psychic VR Lab. So Psychic VR Lab is a Japanese company that has developed an application for AR and VR artists called Styly. Styly allows experienced developers to create art using Unity and share content through the Styly platform via automatically generated URLs and QR codes. But it also provides a solution for beginners with no knowledge of coding or programming languages required. Using Styly Studio, creators can design their experiences while inside the scene, manipulating objects, location, size, scale, and to achieve the effect they desire. With this technology, we have already seen innumerable creators from different mediums branch out into the world of XR, whether they be architects, traditional artists, or fashion designers. Creators in the fashion industry have very specific demands when creating digital content. In the past, it's been very difficult to convey assets such as feel or weight of a texture, and viewing such content on a 2D screen often fails to deliver the intended aesthetic. Simple things like color and how it reflects the light. It's very difficult to portray. However, in VR, users are able to view the content in full 360 degrees in a predetermined environment. The way in which a fabric moves, how it reflects light, and its texture can be demonstrated with far greater clarity than it could ever be achieved through a monitor. Even with no prior knowledge of developing digital content, fashion designers are able to simulate their desired effect using Styly and accurately deliver it to an audience in either VR or AR in complete 360-degree viewing. However, more experienced developers at established studios and brands are already able to take this technology even further. This has already been demonstrated with fashion shows as part of London Fashion Week during the UK's pandemic lockdown. Kappa and Cyberdog presented their own VR exhibition, and the UK's UK's Fashion Innovation Agency partnered with companies such as Riot and Kaleidoscope to create the Fabric of Reality fashion show. Both of these were open to attendance for anybody, regardless of whether they were in the fashion industry or even working in AR or VR. As long as they had the hardware capable, they could join in and participate in these shows remotely. I have a short video of the Kappa and Cyberdog event I'd like to show you that demonstrates the effectiveness of a VR experience versus an in-person version of the same event. I'm hoping the videos will work this time.
everything around me. I can feel the tips of my fingers. I can feel down to the tips of my toes. I can feel everything. It's getting kind of crazy out here.
So as you can clearly see in that video, if I hope you could all see it, people who were unable or unwilling to attend the event were still able to get very close approximation of the designs of the designs that were on show via their virtual reality headset. And as impressive as this is, it's obviously still very early for the technology. So we've talked a lot about the metaverse already, essentially the ultimate goal of all immersive content is to be part of what is the future of digital interactivity, the metaverse. I'm sure everyone in the audience knows what the metaverse is. If they didn't before today, they do now. Rather than go into too much detail, I just want to reiterate that for the purposes of this talk, I'm referring to a large-scale collective space in which people can travel, communicate, and engage in various virtual activities together. Given the topics that I've already covered, it's easy to suggest that people will be able to host their own fashion shows in the metaverse and even collaborate on designs virtually. We're seeing a lot of this already with various different hardware, such as the HoloLens or even VR headsets themselves. There's another element to this, however, that is quietly creeping in alongside the ability to showcase new and evolving fashion, and that's simply what our digital selves will be wearing in the metaverse. The metaverse will undoubtedly become a fashion show, while all signs currently point to decidedly human-like avatars. It's going to be a while until we can choose to become giants or unicorns or magical frogs or whatever we choose in the metaverse. So while we are still working with human-like avatars, it's unlikely there's going to be restrictions on clothing design similar to what we see in the real world. For example, I myself, I'm not very fashionable. I'm not much of a hat person. But in the metaverse, I may well choose to experiment with different accessories a bit more than I might in real life. Likewise, someone more adventurous than me might wish to wear a bright orange suit at a meeting, or maybe a dress with a 20-foot-long train trailing behind it, or any other number of designs that I'm not creative enough to think about. This, of course, also relates to NFTs, which we've heard a lot about today. And of course, big brands have already analyzed this opportunity and have begun preparing. Nike is just one example of a fashion brand that has recognized the opportunities for digital clothing that will help develop over the next decade, and has already begun. They have already begun to secure their place in a virtual future. Given the precedent set in popular video games like Fortnite or the recently launched Halo Infinite multiplayer, these environments have proven that people are willing to pay real-world money for in-game cosmetic items. So it's easy to see that a marketplace for virtual fashion goods will eventually become the norm in the metaverse. This may well begin with a simple menu system, but as Jorg mentioned earlier, there's no doubt that in time, users of the metaverse will be able to visit fully stocked digital shops and purchase new clothes and accessories, even hairstyles and hair colors for their avatars. And as Jorg again mentioned, this can be mirrored in the real world and delivered to the people at home, or it could purely be a digital item, a digital asset. Given the power of these real world brands, it's easy to see how they could capitalize on such a transition, especially with preparations beginning so early. As I say, the metaverse is still very early on. There's lots of contenders for what could become a metaverse, but there is no de facto standard of what a metaverse is yet. So with these large big brands already preparing, it paves the way for other opportunities in bringing real world conventions to the metaverse. And one of these is advertising. While in its infancy, advertising in the metaverse will most likely resemble that of real world very closely. Simple billboards featuring static images or videos or looping videos. But this will be the entry level. This will be where we start. However, as the technology develops, we will see more personalized advertising, a system that will, not unlike the current internet advertising, where products that you're interested in will be shown to you alone, but also some level of interactivity. Do you like the trainers that the model is wearing on the billboard? Great. Why not try them on immediately? If they fit well, if you like the look, click here to buy them right now. The metaverse will provide ample opportunities for fashion brands to demonstrate both digital and real-world products in new immersive ways. James from Moment X demonstrated this earlier in a Facebook/Meta video clip. So thank you, James. And while the technology isn't quite there yet, it's important for fashion brands to start thinking about the possibilities right now. If they're not already researching and looking into these opportunities, there is a chance they'll be caught off guard when competitors are taking advantage of the metaverse and its potentially rapid consumer adoption. And of course, the company that will drive all of this technology and the consumer adoption will most likely be recently renamed Meta. Meta now has one goal, just one singular goal, and that is to build the metaverse. They want to be the de facto standard of what a metaverse is. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Oculus, they're all just tools. They are currently disparate platforms, but they're all leading to just one thing. While it may be that Oculus is the platform that affords the very early VR experience for the hardware, perhaps less obvious are the underlying tools that other platforms will bring. For example, one side of the advertising, one side of the fashion and the art coin is the delivery technology, the sharing on Facebook that consumers do, and also the tools that allow advertisers and brands to promote their products to those users. But the other side of that coin is the tracking of that delivery. Facebook already has an industry-leading marketing suite for creating, delivering, and tracking advertising campaigns, costs, and results. Anyone familiar with Facebook's current advertising platform will undoubtedly be able to make a quick and easy transition from 2D browser-based advertising to implementing metaverse campaigns. The added complexity layer of interactivity, which will undoubtedly come in time, will be supported by the advancements of this set of Facebook tools. So there's no need to reskill employees at big brands. The challenge of jumping from traditional fashion demonstrations, events, and advertising to a metaverse size event will be significantly smaller than many people might imagine. And so with a clear path set out for fashion and art opportunities in the metaverse, what can everybody here start doing to prepare now? Well, to me, the simplest answer is just to continue being creative, to start exploring the mediums of AR and VR, as much as they may be disassociated with a metaverse right now. The building blocks are already there. So have some time to dedicate to building a virtual or an augmented application or a piece of content, or, as we've talked about a lot, NFTs that represent VR. Don't necessarily go in with the intention of breaking new ground, but simply to keep up with the pace of the rapidly advancing technology. I'd like to show you a video of some examples of work that has been created using the Styly platform, and hopefully inspire you a little bit to begin on the VR and AR journey. So thank you everybody for listening to my talk. Excuse me. Thank you all for listening to my talk about fashion and art opportunities in the metaverse today. I'd be happy to connect with anyone in the audience on any of Styly's social media platforms. There is a link to our gallery and our official website, as well as the Styly apps for Android and Apple up on screen now. Follow the QR codes and you'll be in direct contact with us. And I'm happy to communicate with anybody and answer any questions that you may have about fashion or art in the metaverse.
Smart contract development project. He has worked with so many companies, helping them on their blockchain project. He has been an NFT creator and collector on many platforms such as OpenSea. He is now hosting a top 1 technology podcast show in Taiwan. Let's welcome Dr. Ku. Hi.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, my enemy.
No. I'm just like an evangelist in a crypto world in Taiwan. Yes.
Okay, then.
So right now is our time to have some panel discussion, and it's my pleasure to be here with Kevin, Michael, and George, and also James in the physical world, and the others in other place, in metaverse maybe. And we have only 30 minutes to have this panel discussion. And so I have my first question, because we're now physically in Taiwan, and we all think about what's next for the Taiwan industries, developers, creators. What do you think about how to link with Taiwan industry, company, or creators, or how could you grow from Taiwan as a crypto or like a metaverse topic company from Taiwan? What do you think about this issue? Like what can we do as a Taiwan company, or what can you do if you are in like German or in the other country? What can you do to link with Taiwan industry like TSMC, or maybe very creative creators or like developers? What do you think? So maybe we can start from James.
From me? Okay.
Yes.
Sure. So in my opinion, is that in Taiwan we have a very good hardware companies. So definitely hardware would be a good start for like hardware companies. Like we have HTCs, like TSMCs, and nowadays like in metaverse, no matter it's VR or AR, like hardware still play a very important roles, in metaverse. And the hardware nowadays is not that it still have a lot of space to improve. So I think hardware definitely a good start for Taiwan companies. And also, I mean, Taiwan still have a lot of potential, like we are an open free world. So I think the key is how to attract talent and funds, invest in Taiwan, and how to tear down all the barriers, like to let like a talent can like move in Taiwan, or like they can like work with Taiwanese companies, like for like pandemics right now, a lot of companies, they just hire employees around the world and without any limitations. But nowadays in Taiwan, we still have a lot of regulation problems. Like if I would like to hire people in Europe, in US, it's not that easy today. Yes. So I think we still a lot of like, no matter it's like policy wise or it's like the rules or like company cultures, I think we can start from here, like to try to attract and try to make a company that is formed by all Taiwanese becomes like formed by like global talents. Yeah. So that's my point.
Yeah, that's great. As a podcaster about the technology topic and news in Taiwan, and I have many audience or like thousands of fans, and also right now we have like thousands of audience online. So I would like to ask like the other speakers, maybe do you have any plan to work with Taiwan team or Taiwan creator developers, or do you have any idea to work with the industry in Taiwan on your plan to grow your company or to have the new strategy for the near future? So start with, yeah, great, thank you. Yeah, please.
Thank you very much for stepping in. Yes, of course. So AMD is having already a great adoption specific in Taiwan, working with different companies together, majorly around hardware. And this brings us back to the point, working together, defining security mechanisms to get the software adapted in the best way. And I personally, I love Taiwan. I was even living in Taiwan for 1 year. And it was very interesting. It was in the time from 2002, 2003, where the SARS happened. And I think the metaverse can be or will be the bridge in the future. So what we are doing today is already a working concept, but it's 2D, and it's quite a challenge, and also maybe not 100% the experience if you are in real time together. But within the metaverse, just thinking about, we are sitting at one table and doing the panel discussion, for example, or the different speeches would give a much better opportunity to the customers, even to raise questions to the speakers, for example. And coming back to your point in regards to your question is that we need to work together to define the standards for this new API, so that everybody can participate, so that the software industry specific in Taiwan can connect it to the hardware. And the major point about this is at any point of this world.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Joel. So maybe next, Kevin, can you share with some idea about?
Sure.
Yeah.
So Psychic VR Lab, the creators of the Styly platform, actually do already work in Taiwan. So one of the assets that I worked on for them this year was to create a school here in London. As I mentioned at the end of my talk, I'm very, very much into inspiring people to create AR and VR content, to bring new minds into the space. And in Taiwan, we already have a New View school that is running and is in its second year. I myself am not directly involved in the Taiwan school, so all I can suggest is that you give it a quick search online. But the school we ran here in London, which is very similar, is all about upskilling people, whether you're interested in art or whether you're interested in VR. But you can come from any background and become involved in the AR and VR scene. You don't necessarily need to have the skills to begin with. And this is something that has, as I say, has already been operating in Taiwan for 2 years now.
Okay, that's great. So maybe Michael, can you share some idea with us?
Yeah, thank you for the panelists. I think we have very beginning we have started something else with Starbucks Mr. Lim, and I think during that time it's more on F&B, and actually I think we can collaborate more than that in kind of creative industry, because of what we're looking at. The Taiwan creative industry is really outstanding. I mean, in the Asian region. So that will be potentially we can work for it. And about the supply chain software, we can support in kind of the supply chain of the blockchain and AI and platform itself, as I mentioned just now, the verifax.com. So that would be we can collaborate together with the supply chain in Taiwan. So these are the things we can look at it and hope that we can move forward on that.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I think it's great because right now in this generation, I think the concept of nation or like countries, like for me, it's like kind of old school idea because the boundary like Taiwan, Malaysia, I think it will become like blurry in the near future. So every individual will become like the citizen of metaverse, maybe. Yeah. So I think, of course, we can work together. But nowadays, there are still many people just in the traditional world, like a traditional company, like not e-commerce. It's just a commerce or like a shop or like web 1.0, web 2.0.
Yeah.
Is not already is not yet joined into like the virtual world. So right now, I think like the Kevin, Michael, of course, AMD, York, and maybe Malaysia, and also James, Moment X, we or you guys are already like the metaverse first company. But there are a lot of companies not in the metaverse or not yet ready for metaverse. So do you have any suggestion, like what's the first step, or like what's the to-do list, or like what should we prepare if a traditional company or like just an online company, e-commerce, but not yet get into the metaverse, what should we do or to get prepared for the future of metaverse? Like we already saw that Elon Musk in Tesla, they bought a lot of Bitcoin, right? Like 1.5 like billion US dollar Bitcoin to, I think it's like a preparation for the next step in metaverse. So what's your suggestion for the going into to join the metaverse generation, like the companies or individuals? What will you say to them? So maybe because we have like a fundamental part like CPU and also the blockchain world. So maybe we can start from Jorg.
Thank you very much. Oh, of course. I think it is a similar scenario. We are currently in like the internet mid of the 90s. So what we need to do is starting with education, the people. So digital content is not your enemy, it's your friend. And I just remember the challenges within Germany maybe to pay digital. And I know the time I was in Taiwan, which is already 20 years ago, it was possible to pay with credit card or with my ATM card. In Germany, not. So this is a point where we need to start educating the people. So this will give you additional benefits. It will be more easy. And similar, we need to do it with the metaverse or with NFTs. And also looking back into the history, and you mentioned it already with commerce. I still remember that time walking into a store, giving them the list, and then they put everything together, and I purchased it. Then we got the supermarkets, and where everybody was taking everything they need and then paying and going out. Now we have e-commerce, and that means you're sitting in front of your computer and clicking everything together on Amazon or on Alibaba or whatever, and then it will be sent home there automatically. The same thing will be with education. So we need to sit together to define standards like what we are doing in Germany with an IT consortium. And this is also what we need to do around the borders. So that means not only particularly in one country, we need to do this on a global scale. And then this will help the people to understand the technology and of course to use the technology. And it will also take the fear away. Oh my God, this technology will take all of our workplaces today and it makes everything worse. No, it will help the people for the next level. And we are in a big transformation. And from my point of view, it's the biggest transformation since 100 years we have seen.
Yeah, that's very important. Yeah, education is very, very important because if we don't have enough or right education about metaverse or blockchain, people will be like still think about the Bitcoin is for the drugs or for the bad stuff. Yeah, so
Exactly.
so education is very, very important. So so Michael, do you have any idea to share with us? Like what should we do, or to give some suggestion to the others? Like, hey, welcome to join the metaverse, and you maybe need to do something first. Yeah.
I think the 2020, the years 2020 COVID-19 years already triggered everyone to get involved in the e-commerce or digital world. It's not to educate people. It's forced to. You have to join it. So what we found that in Malaysia, for the past few years before the pandemic year, we hardly to ask people to transform. To ask people to use mobile phone, smartphone, or transformation in their even in kind of e-commerce, or using the payment system, digital payment is very tough. I think we are looking at some player. They're putting a lot of effort to convince people to use e-wallet. But during the pandemic, it seems like every single people, especially those immigrants, they are using the handphone. They are using the smartphone to check in, check out, payment. Everything is, they are using in digital. So education is very important. This is what we can see during the pandemic year. So the most difficult part is those SME player, the small medium enterprise. As what a panelist just now mentioned, they started from commerce to e-commerce. So what's the next? The next will be what Kelvin shared just now. So that would be the difficult portion, to encourage more people, business player, to upgrade their e-commerce to the metaverse. But it takes time. But I believe that not longer from now, because now metaverse, everyone is talking about that. And even now we purchase the property, they're still using online platform. They are using our 360 model to choose their property from overseas. So this is what we can see some improvement. But we hope that more players, especially business, small medium businesses, to explore more in this business model. That's what we hope. Yeah. Yeah. And I think the hardware side, it maybe need a lot of improvement. Then we can look for John, AMD, in kind of a hardware to support the whole transformation.
Yeah, that's great. So, Kevin, do you have any idea to share with us?
Sure. So, we've talked a lot about commerce and e-commerce today and what the metaverse would look like. I just want to say right now that I'm calling metaverse commerce M-commerce, and I'm trademarking that. So we can start. Everyone can start calling it M-commerce from now on. Yeah.
Great.
But to bring people in, I honestly I believe, and I said this at the end of my talk, that the best way to get started, even if you have no idea what the metaverse will become or what your place in it will be, just go and create a 3D model. Go and take a look at what is out there and make something digital. If it's an NFT, great. If it's not, just if you're making, say for example, you're a glass blower. What you do is you go to work in a factory and you blow glasses and you take those glasses and sell them to shops. Great. make a digital version of your glass. Just make a 3D model to showcase what it is you've got, and you've already started taking steps into the metaverse.
Yeah, that's super cool because it will be like a digital twin, right? But maybe not from twins, because twins you need to get it like identically exactly the same, but you can have a digital clone, right? So I think that's very, very cool idea. So James, because James, we already know that you are kind of like a metaverse guru and the metaverse activist in Taiwan, and you start up like a very nice company, Moment X. You issue your own NFT token, NFT project called tablet on the OpenSea, and you also have a Moment X space for Oculus Quest. So you are already like a meta commerce guru in Taiwan. So what's the suggestion for like the newcomers, like the new beginners? Like what should they prepare? Like a Twitter account or some Bitcoins on Ethereum, or except for just register Moment X first, but any kind of suggestion for them? Yeah.
Okay, I think from my point of view, I would like to start with the essential of a company, because I think it's the most difficult part. So if it's a very traditional company and that company has a lot of fund, sufficient funds, sufficient profit, I think the best way is to invest a metaverse company. Just invest them or even acquire them. Yeah. Because I think the most difficult part is to build a culture inside your company, inside your enterprise that fit in metaverse. That's the most difficult part. Yeah. And not every company can, to shift a culture is the most difficult things in a company. So I don't think a traditional company like a hardware company or like traditional software company can easily transform into like a metaverse company. And because of the traditional cultures, for them it's just too difficult to hire hire talents which willing to join them to start a metaverse project or a metaverse product inside that company. So in realistic, I would suggest the best way is just invest a new team, a startup team, just outside your company, but do something that link back to your original one.
Yeah, it's like invest maybe not just the money, maybe also invest some time, some human power,
connections.
Connections. Just work together. Yeah, because like a French company, Carrefour, is like a supermarket or like a marketplace. In real world, they just work with Meta company to have a very strong relationships working together. So I think that's a great start to work with m-commerce company like
like us.
That's
for
great.
example, like a department store. It's so hard. Says, okay, I would like to start a department store in metaverse. Okay, we're gonna hire software engineers, hire like metaverse community managers to join a department store company. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, that's great. So we have only like 5 minutes left, but the last question is like a bonus question. It's like a crazy idea for my idea to ask you guys. Like, we all know that metaverse is like a buzzword. It's a new, a new world. So a lot of project is very popular, like BAYC, CryptoPunks, or like Decentraland, Sandbox. We all know like all kinds of new company, new project, new tokens is all over the world. So is there any project that you personally or like you would like to explore or get to know more about it, or like share with us, like, hey, there is a new project like me. Like recently, I'm very interested in a project called Render Token. Yeah, it's by Otoy, Otoy. So any kind of interesting project you personally like it, or maybe your company is interesting to work with them. So can you share some idea, or you want to buy some land in Decentraland or Sandbox? Yeah, just throw with us some ideas or some random topic. Just yeah.
Okay, start with me. Definitely Moment X, but except Moment X, you know, I'm recently watched a lot of like game metaverse games, like play to earn games.
GameFi.
Yeah. But it's too many, so it's hard for me to name it. But I think GameFi plus metaverse, it would be a big thing. Next big things, especially it's gonna be great revolutionary, you know, for game industry. So I would suggest everyone, especially you are interested in games, to check out these metaverse game companies.
Yeah, that's great. GameFi. So it will be growing like exponentially, of course. So who want to share with us some something interesting? Like
So personally, I haven't found a company that's doing this yet. But one thing I'm really interested to learn about the metaverse is transitions. Say, for example, you were coming to an art gallery made in Styly, and you walk out the door. The natural expectation of people from the metaverse is they will walk out to somewhere, and they won't walk out to a loading screen. Now, it's impossible to render, you know, an entire world on everyone's device simultaneously across the world all at once. So what's going to happen at that point? A loading screen is obviously the worst possible thing you can have. So what do you have? Do you have an animated sequence of some kind, or what is that transition going to be? And I'm really interested to find a company that's working on this, because it's important to me.
Yeah, that's a very good point you're mentioning, and I can only suggest, and coming back to James' point, this is what I did within our business unit. We did a joint venture with Consensus, which is a software partner, and to get the experience, to get the necessary piece of the puzzle to enter the metaverse or to enable NFTs and to work on security stuff. So I can only recommend that, if you are interested, I can connect you to Consensus. They are working with a lot of companies developing the software interface for those particular things.
Yeah,
please do.
Great.
I'm always happy to speak to anyone in this space.
That's nice. So, So Michael,
Yeah, with the Kevin did mention about the process time, we don't want to have any lagging. So I think after all this settled, I think we are welcome all of the merchant or retail player look for us, because we have a place for you guys to put your products, and we have a ready consumer to purchase your stuff. So that's what we are looking at. We have a smooth transition of the metaverse process.
Yeah, that's cool. So I think right now we are all very exciting about the beginning of the metaverse, and I think in the near future we will see a lot of new projects, and also like recently, even though the Bitcoin or Ethereum or the mainstream tokens are like in the downgrade side, but some project like Decentraland, Sandbox, the like metaverse concept, they're going up. But in like maybe next week, we will see the Sandbox, the project will be launched very soon. So I think we can pay attention on this all kinds of the new project, new company. But at the same time, we already know that like AMD, like a lot of company, they are already joined into the blockchain and the metaverse. So it's really cool that we can be together here and discuss the future and the future possibilities and opportunity for the metaverse. So this afternoon's content is just like this, and we have what? Oh, okay. So I don't need to do the closing. So we will welcome our host to come back and to have the closing. Thank you very much. Thank
Hello,
you.
gentlemen. Me again. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi. I thought you were going to make some conclusion.
No,
Make your conclusion.
Yeah, it's your job. Yeah.
It's my job. I thought we both share this job.
No,
Okay.
yeah, please.
This afternoon's content was very, very exciting. We have learned about MFT, metaverse, and discover the investment opportunities of metaverse. We have also gained insight from the blockchain security and the business opportunities in art and fashion. Listen to those gentlemen's good discussion. We think we gained a lot from this afternoon. So thank you all. Thank you. And thank you for the audience for watching. This is the host Sharon and Dr. Ko.
Yes.
Yeah, and see you next time.
See you. Bye. 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 Yes.
Yes, oh, we are going to take a you.